Hey there guys, today I'm going to be talking to you about a new keyboard I picked up. The keyboard is the Corsair K70 RGB mechanical keyboard. Now, the Corsair K70 RGB is probably one of the most anticipated keyboards that I've heard of, really. Basically what it is it's a keyboard with individual RGB LEDs backlighting every single individual key. So that allows you to do crazy stuff like this, having a rainbow pattern going across your keyboard for every single different key, and you can assign every single key to have its own color, and then you can set animations to do stuff like this rainbow animation. Now, the K70 RGB uses Cherry MX red switches right now. There is going to be a Cherry MX blue and Cherry MX brown version coming out in the future, I believe. And it's the same with the Corsair K95 RGB. There's going to be cherry red, blue, and brown switch variants available in the future. The keyboard has dedicated media keys located in the top right-hand corner of the keyboard, featuring a stop, previous track, play pause button, and next track button, as well as a mute button and a little scrolly wheel to adjust the volume of whatever you're currently listening to or watching. To the left of the media keys and above the F1 key row, there is a brightness adjustment key which cycles between off, 33%, 66%, and 100% brightness. There's also a lock button which you can use to lock out certain functions on the keyboard, such as the Windows key, Alt-Tab, and Alt-F4. The rear of the keyboard is pretty barren except for the polling rate and BIOS mode selector switch, which basically lets you switch between 1, 2, 4, and 8 millisecond polling rates, or putting it in BIOS mode, which basically lets your BIOS or operating system control all of those values through the Corsair gaming software. Speaking of which, this is the Corsair gaming software. Right now we're sitting on the main menu, which is basically the Profiles page. Profiles page has multiple modes listed on the left, and you can also set assignments, performance settings, and lighting for each profile and each mode. From the assignments page, you can right-click on any key to either assign a new action, set it to be the mode selection or switching button, or the profile selection or switching button, or even remap any other keyboard key to that button. If we go ahead and assign a new action, you can see that we can set up macros, text macros, different keystroke macros, shortcuts to open programs, adjusting DPI on your mouse, setting up and starting timers, and even sending mouse actions or media controls from any key. If we move into the Performance tab, you can see which keyboard functions we can disable by using the keyboard lock button on the keyboard itself. In the Lighting tab, you can see all the different lighting options that you have available to you. You can click on an individual key and set it to any of the colors on the bottom left, or if that's not enough to suit your fancy, you can click the Lighting Effects list button and assign any lighting effect that you've created from the Lighting tab in the very top left of the Corsair software. This is the current lighting profile that I'm using as my daily driver on this keyboard. Green backlighting with little white explosions every single time I type a key. This is another example that I've got set up with white main backlighting and little kind of rainbow explosions from every key every single time I type. This is called reactive or type lighting, and it's just one of the many different types of effects that you can apply to the keys on the Corsair K70 RGB. And that just about wraps up everything there is to tell about the Corsair K70 RGB. If you guys like this video, feel free to let me know in the comments, subscribe to the channel. If you didn't like it, or you have any questions or comments or suggestions, please definitely let me know, and I will do my best to get back to you and cater to those requests in following videos. Anyway, thanks for watching, and goodbye.